Hi, I'm Greg Ware and welcome to financeswithgreg.com. Today we're going to talk about credit score. It's just been something that people have been requesting and asking me about, so I decided to create an article about it and this YouTube video to go along with it. You can see the article, or at least a portion of it, on this page here. And if you're looking for the full thing, you can visit financeswithgreg.com. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and dive in. All about credit scores. I'm not going to go over every piece of the article, but I'm going to touch on some high points that should help you and help you get your credit score in order, or at least know what's going on with it. All right, with that being said, let's dive in. All about credit scores. I'm going to begin on the left here, and it's and if you don't know, there's 3 credit bureaus. There's Experian, there's TransUnion, and there's Equifax. Those are the 3 bureaus that house your credit information. And sometimes they have slightly different information, so that's why it's a good idea to check your credit report at least once a year. And you can do that for free at annualcreditreport.com. All right. So the importance of having good credit. Now, many people think that it's important to have good credit because it allows you to get things that you can't normally purchase. And that is true. Now, there's 2 different types of credit scores. One is called the Vantage score. We won't talk about that one today. I'm going to talk about the more common credit score, and that's called FICO. That's the one that has a range of 300 to 850. The question I get asked the most is, what is a good credit score? And for me, a good credit score is, and for me, that's a score that's above 700. Typically, when you have a score above 700, you're able to get most things at a favorable rate. Under 700, you're going to pay a premium when it comes to interest and the interest rate that you get. And if your score is below 620, you're really going to have a challenge of getting most items. And if you are able to get them, you're going to pay a hefty charge for that particular credit. Now, Finances with Greg is about educating people to close the wealth gap. So there's another importance of having good credit, and it saves you money. And let me explain that to you. So the reason a good credit score saves you money is it allows you to get things at a lower interest rate. So if you're always playing catch up, meaning you pay more for items that other people with good credit pay less for, then that naturally means that you have less money to save and invest in achieving your other financial goals. Let me give you an example. If I bought a $100,000 vehicle or item, and my credit score allowed me to get an interest rate of 2%, I'm going to pay $2,000 in interest. Now, this is very simple interest. I'm not thinking about compounding and those things because it would be more. However, let's say I was someone who had terrible credit and I had to pay 12% interest. Now you're talking about $12,000 in interest. So that's $10,000 that I can take and invest in another vehicle and grow my wealth that you can't, because you had to pay another $10,000 in interest because you had bad credit. Okay. So when you're thinking about credit scores, yes, it allows you to get things, but think about it from the terms that it saves you money and allows you to grow your wealth and invest in other items. So let's talk about a few items that will negatively affect your credit score. And the top of that list is late payments. So there's a pie chart that will show you how your credit score is calculated based on different items. The number 1 item on the list is how you pay your bills. So late payments will absolutely destroy your credit. It's 35% of your score. So if you change anything, the most impactful thing you can do is change how you pay your bills. Pay your bills on time. Pay them early. Set up automatic payments to make sure they get paid. If you do that one thing, you're already on track to improving your credit. All right, the next bullet point I have here is not enough good credit. So for people who don't understand this, is no credit is just as bad as bad credit many times. And there's a couple ways you can fix that. One is time. Time can fix that. You know, if you're young and you're just starting out, you may not have a long credit history. Over time, it'll grow. There's other solutions as well, but time is one of those items that will fix not enough good credit. It means that you're going to be a little bit riskier to lenders because you don't have a track record. All right, the next item is too many credit inquiries. So what this means is every month you don't want to be applying for something new because that creates a red flag and this looks like you may be a credit risk. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't look around if you're purchasing something. If you're getting a mortgage or if you're purchasing a vehicle, you got a 2-week period there where they will view all the inquiries as one inquiry, and that will, not ding you as much on your credit score. So if you're shopping around, do it within a 2-week time period, but don't go out there and be looking for credit month after month, week after week, applying for this, applying for that. Ultimately, that's going to hurt your credit score. And the fourth bullet point is uncorrected errors on your credit report. Now, I see this often with people. One, not enough people actually pull their credit report to see what's on there. You absolutely should do that. So that is a recommendation for me. Pull your credit report at least once every 12 months. It's free at annualcreditreport.com, and check it and make sure your information is correct. I'm going to give you another hint. If you have 15 addresses on there, I would clean that up, right? Because from a credit perspective, from a lender or one of the bureaus, I'm thinking that you're jumping around a lot. You're not real stable. So you want to clean up any errors on your credit report. Sometimes you can improve your credit just by cleaning up the errors. These companies are human. They make mistakes. The bureaus make mistakes. Some may be entered wrong on your credit report. That may be negatively affecting you. So make sure you clean it up. All right. I'm going to scroll down just a little bit here and talk about fixing your credit report. I just told you one way to fix it, and that is, review it, clean up any errors, and make sure that all that looks good. Another way is to dispute anything that's inaccurate or false. So if something's false in your credit report, you can report it to the bureau, and there's a 30-day investigation where it'll be taken off your credit report, and they'll go to the vendor company, whoever it may be, and they'll make them verify that the information is accurate. If they don't come back with information or proof, it stays off your credit report. If they come back with information saying it absolutely belongs there, then you have ability to put a comment in. Doesn't mean that the lender's going to necessarily agree with you, but it does give you an opportunity to explain why that item is on your report and your side of the story. So that's going to be it for today. Like I said, for the full article, visit financeswithgreg.com. If you're interested in closing a wealth gap, sign up for the movement there. All right, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Like the video, subscribe. That way, when I put out new content, you can get it and pull it in the same direction. All right, peace.